Good Sunday morning, everybody. Welcome back to me drawing every day for a year. This is week number 40. I cannot believe that. Somehow reaching a round number week like week 40 is quite special to me. So let's get into it. This is the first spread. Sorry for the past week of depressing drawings. I realize as a figurative drawer and especially as an artist who draws from real life, I draw what is in front of me. And so, since my dad has been in the hospital and I've been visiting him on a daily basis, as well as my sisters, shout out to my sisters who have been putting in the lion's share of their work. My dad is in the hospital. That is the reality. So, I am drawing him mostly. And I realize that for some people, writing in a journal is their way of documenting what is happening in their life. For me, it's drawing. So, years down the road, when I look back at this particular sketchbook and this segment of sketchbooking, I'll remember this time, not only just what's on paper, but the memories and the feelings associated with that particular scene. So, this particular drawing is of my dad's roommate who was in the next bed, and how I realized that these mechanized hospital beds are quite complex, to me at least. And it was quite nice drawing all the little details and the motors underneath the bed that make it work. And of course, I couldn't not draw my father. He's like, when you have a person sleeping in front of you, it's hard not to draw that person, at least for me. Trying to depart from the depressing theme, I was just drawing hands, and I haven't painted in oils in a while, and thought, you know what, I'll paint my hand. A hand is a very nuanced, complex body part, and to do it justice, to capture that nuance takes a lot of skill. I don't think I'm there yet, but I think this is a good first stab at it. It's in oil paints, so I layered on the paint quite a bit, and couldn't use the subsequent spreads for a few days, but I did have this spread open to do more hand drawings, so continuing the theme there in my fountain pen. So I like that spread. I like this spread as a whole. Like I said, I layered on the oil paint quite a bit, and so that prevented me from using the sketchbook for a few days. So I shifted to a smaller sketchbook, which I'll show you after I've completed this particular tour. Again, trying to depart from the whole depressing theme of my dad in the hospital. This is my living room. Again, using my fountain pen. And I find that I just don't have the ability yet to make my fountain pen drawings full of life as I think I've done with my ballpoint pens. There's a looseness to my ballpoint pen drawings that aren't present in my fountain pens, because I know when I'm using fountain pen, I'm very uptight, especially drawing perspectives like this. I'm trying to get everything accurately, and this line and that angle meeting up perfectly. So that looseness is definitely gone from these ink drawings, but hopefully with more practice, I'll get there. And I think, no, I have one more drawing after this. Again, going back to my dad, he was changed to a new room, and a new angle for me. So why not draw him again? So this is my father in his new room. Okay, and I haven't drawn myself in a while, so this is a self-portrait I did last night of myself. I think I was trying to reflect the inner oldness in me. I look a lot more depressed and older in this drawing than I actually look like in real life, I think. I think perhaps I was expressing what I felt inside more than what was seen on the outside in the mirror. But I like how this self-portrait turned out. I think I've captured a certain pensiveness in my expression in this drawing, and I think to date this is one of my favorite self-portrait drawings of myself. It's a self-portrait drawing, so of course it'd be of myself. Anyways, like I said, there was a period of 2 or 3 days where I couldn't use this larger sketchbook because of the wet oil paint I had done of my hand. So I will shift now to a smaller sketchbook. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of a size difference. This is the sketchbook size I used before I jumped to this size. So let's get into this one. This is a subway sketch of a guy who was, when I saw this guy on the subway, I was like, I gotta sketch him. He had his, I don't know what you call it, a balaclava pulled over his face, snoozing, and I was like, yeah, I'm drawing him. Sorry for the depression, guys. This is another drawing of my father. That's all I could do when I'm sitting with my father in the evenings because he's sleeping a lot and I draw him. Simple as that. So I think like this self-portrait, which I think is one of my best ones to date, I think this drawing of my father is probably one of the best I've done over the last 2 weeks that he's been hospitalized. I like how it turned out. This guy sat in front of me and I was just waiting. I remember I sat down first. He got on the next stop and he sat in this sort of sideways position and he kept on snoozing on and off, opening his eyes and closing his eyes. And I was just hoping that he would close his eyes and stop fidgeting so I could draw him. And he finally just laid back, closed his eyes, and this is what I got. I hope you could see that. Yeah. And then this last drawing, and it really, after using this larger sketchbook for the last 2 months and then jumping into a smaller sketchbook, it really hit me that I got used to drawing larger and filling out a larger spread. And so when it came to drawing this spread, it seemed like a breeze to fill it. It was just like easy. I'm going to try to capture the entire person from head to toe in this particular subway drawing, because when I did subway drawings in the past, I would only capture the top third of the person, but for some reason this drawing came together really quickly and easily, and it achieved what I wanted it to achieve, which was to show the entire body of this sleeping commuter. And then I had enough stops left in my ride to capture the woman behind this particular gentleman. So that's it. Thank you for joining me for week number 40. I still cannot believe that I've stuck with this project for 40 weeks straight. Thank you everyone for joining me on this journey. I hope you enjoyed this week. And I'll be back next week with another installment of my drawings. Have a great week. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.